Welcome back to Mac Talks Football, and it's match day 17 in the La Liga, and it is so tight at the top of the table and the bottom of the table. Every weekend, every result, it's starting to matter, and we are just a couple of weeks away from that international break. So every team is trying to make sure that they send their fans into the festive season with happiness and not in a doom and gloom sort of situation. Just 6 points separating the top four, and just 7 points separating the bottom five. As I said, it's a lot tight at the top and at the bottom in La Liga. So let's go ahead and start making our predictions for match day 17. It was quite an interesting weekend last weekend, and you can be sure, you can bet yourself that it is going to be another exciting weekend this time around as well. The first game, it is Valladolid versus Valencia. It is 20 versus 19. Both these teams are in dire need of a win. Like the way that they are playing, I really did not think that Valladolid were gonna have such a bad season. I did say that they were going to struggle, but at the moment it is not working out for them. They cannot do anything right at the moment, and it is looking really bad for them. They are welcoming a side in Valencia. They themselves are not playing that good. The advantage Valencia have at the moment over the teams in the bottom zone is like they have 2 games in hand. But I keep on saying the games in hand don't really matter, because I would prefer to have points over games in hand. And at the moment, Valencia, even though they have 2 games in hand, they are going away to Valladolid. It's a big game. It's a 6-pointer. You're winning yourselves, you are hurting your opposition as well. I think it'll be a very tight game. You can expect goals in this game, but I just don't see a winner out of these two. I'm going for a 2-all draw between Valladolid and Valencia. Up next, it's Espanyol versus Osasuna. It is 18th versus 7th. Espanyol, they are really struggling. Just 1 win in their last 5 games. And the problem with Espanyol, to be very honest with you, is like they are not really, they're just not scoring enough goals. Let's be very honest with you. Like they can defend to a certain point, but when you want them to score goals, they are not really able to score those goals, and that is really hurting them, to be very honest with you. They are playing against an Osasuna side, and the thing with Osasuna is like they are 7th in the table, and they sort of have become one of those dark horses to get into the European places. And to just to show how good Osasuna have been, like they are winners in their last 4 games, and they are still 7th, and they're just a point behind the teams above them. They are still fighting for those European places. That's how good of a start Osasuna had. They have dropped down, and as I said, in the last month or so, but they are going to look at this game against Espanyol, and they are going to really be thinking that this might be the game where we turn things around, and I think they are going to do it, to be very honest with you. I think it'll be a very close game, but I think Osasuna are just going to go ahead and nick it. I'm going for a 2-1 win for Osasuna. Then it's Mallorca versus Girona. It is 8th versus 9th. Now both these teams, especially I'm going to talk about Mallorca. I mean, they have had an amazing, incredible season till now. They were one of the teams that people were putting in those lower half of the table. One of the teams that people thought might end up relegated. But they have been amazing. They're still fighting for those European places. They are tied with Osasuna and Real Sociedad on 24 points. They really are in contention for European places. So that's a really good achievement. They have been inconsistent in the last a couple of games, a month or so, but they're still there. They're hanging on. Still fighting to somehow get into those European places. Playing against a Girona side. Girona who were amazing last season, but this season they have had a big drop, and the thing is they are quite inconsistent, and that is why they are not able to hold on. A couple of games they would play really good, and then they go ahead and they lose and they draw, and they give away the momentum that they might have created. They are going away as well to Mallorca. I think it will be a very tight game. I think it will be a very close and hard fought game, but I think just because Mallorca are at home, I think Mallorca are going to need it. I just don't see too many goals in this game as well. I'm going for a very close 1-0 win for Mallorca. The next game is Sevilla versus Celta Vigo. It is 13th versus 10th. Sevilla, they have won once in their last 5 games. They cannot, they just don't seem to know how to close out game. That has been the problem for Sevilla. I expected them to struggle quite a lot. I'll be very honest with you. I think I was one of the few people who thought that they were just not gonna, straight up come back in the top half to the tables. A lot of the predictions were like that they were gonna finish in the top half, and everybody forgot what happened to them last season. But I just thought it was not gonna happen. What happened last season affected the club quite a lot, and I think it is showing this as in this season as well. They play a lot of a lot of the times in a lot of the games they play really good, and you expect them to somehow finish the game off and get the 3 points, and maybe they are drawing and you expect them to finish the game off to get a point at least, but in the end they just somehow falter and they lose these games and or they draw these games, I think, and that is why they are 13 at the moment, playing against a Celta Vigo side who have been really good this season. I'll be very honest with you, I really did not think that Celta Vigo would have a good season like they have had. They were people are going to say that they are 10th. What kind of a good season is there? They are on 21 points. The team at 6th, Real Sociedad, they are at 24 points, so they are just 3 points away from that European places. I still think they are in contention of those European places, even though it looks like hard. Celta Vigo are not a typical one of your typical teams that fight for European places, but they've been really dark, the outsiders this season. They have been one of those dark horses. Again, it is really tight in that middle. You cannot really predict any team. You don't know who is going to surprise you, and I think this is Celta Vigo are still in with a very outside chance to make into those European places, and I think they're playing against Sevilla. They are going to think that this is one of those games that they have to win. I think it will be a very close game, but I don't know what I just have a feeling that Celta are going to nick it in the end. I'm going for a very close 2-1 win for Celta Vigo. The next game is Rayo Vallecano versus Real Madrid. It is 12th versus a second. Now Rayo, they have just won twice in their last 5 games, 3 defeats in that, and that one of those games was the last weekend. So they are going to be coming into this game with a bit of confidence, playing against a Real Madrid side who would be really happy with the way that the league has changed, to be very honest with you, especially that the last week, the last set of games was very interesting for Real Madrid. They won, then they lost in midweek, and then they won again last weekend. So it gave them a big chance, then they took them away, then they again had a chance. They are up there, just 2 points behind Barcelona, but they have a game in hand, so they know that they can. There's a big chance that they can win the league if they keep on winning games. And I think playing against a Rayo side, they are going to really fancy themselves. Madrid have not been themselves. I'll be very honest with you, I've been saying this all along the season. You can go ahead and you can check my videos and reviews from Matchday 1 to till now, whether it's the Champions League, whether it's the Real Madrid, whether it's the La Liga. Real Madrid have not played to their potential. The move for Kylian Mbappe has still not worked out till now. Him in the team imbalances them, but somehow some way they're still in the hunt for that Champions League, and they're still in the hunt for the La Liga title. As I said, 2 points behind Barcelona and a game in hand. I think they are going to win it there, and they're going to win this one as well. I don't think it's going to be that tough for them. I'm going for a 3-1 win for Real Madrid. Then it's Atletico Madrid versus Getafe. It is 3rd versus 13th. And now what a turnaround Atletico have had. Like a month ago, everybody was going for Simeone's head, and the way that Atleti have turned things around, it is really admirable. 6 game winning streak, and they are right back in it, and they themselves have a game in hand against Barcelona, and they're just 3 points behind them. So there's a big chance that they can overtake them as well. So Barcelona are not really feeling good about themselves, to be very honest with you. Atleti on the other hand, playing against a Getafe side who cannot score for the even if you give them a full amount of goal, they just cannot score the goals. Just 11 goals for them, and we are almost 14-15 match they played. That is not a good performance. I'll be very honest with you. It is not really looking good for Getafe. They are right in the trenches at the moment. Even though they are 13, they are still in that relegation scrap, and I think they are going to go further down this weekend, because I just don't see any other result apart from Atletico Madrid winning, and I think it is going to be a convincing win as well. I'm going for a 3-0 win for Atletico Madrid. Up next, it's Alaves versus Athletic Club. It is a 16th versus a 4th. Alaves, what can I say? I mean, they are not playing good football. Let's be very honest with you. Just 1 win in their last 5 games, and they are really struggling. 2 draws. You just cannot really. I cannot really pinpoint. Like they have the players. I just don't see them. I don't think they have the strong that they have. They should be in there where they are. To be very honest with you, they play. When you watch Alaves play, you get confused with the position that they are in. They would play really good for 20-25 minutes, and then just they give it away, and then they run around like headless chickens, and they have lost a lot of games because of that, and a lot of points because of that as well. playing against an Athletic Club side who are in a really great form, undefeated in their last 5 games, 4 wins in a row, and as they are 6 points behind Barcelona as well. As I said, 6 points between the first and fourth game, and it's not just that, for Athletic Club, it's not only the teams above them, it's the team behind them. Villarreal, Real Sociedad, all of them, Osasuna, all of them are looking at Athletic Club. They are their target because that number 4 spot is very, very important for them. A lot of clubs want to get into that Champions League spot, and Athletic Club are there. And this game against Getafe, they are against Alaves, they are going to look at it, and they're going to feel a lot comfortable, and I think they are going to win it as well. I just don't see Athletic Club with the way that and the form that they are in. I just don't see them losing. I'm going for a 2-0 win for Athletic Club. The next game is Villarreal versus Real Betis. It is 5th versus 11th. Now Villarreal, they have sort of not played that good of a football. Last 3 games they have, out of a possible 9 points, they have just gotten 2 points, 2 draws. They lost last weekend as well, so they have sort of hit a slump, which I really don't really understand, because they have such a good score, they are playing really good football, and they have played against opponents that you expect them to get all 3 points. So I am really quite surprised with what has happened at Villarreal. Coming on to Betis, like, they are winless in their last 5 games. They were one of those dark horses to getting close to those European places. They can still get there. Their points, they are on 21 points, so it's not like they are far away. They are 11th as well, but again, that doesn't matter. As I said, the 21 points, 6th position, the Real Sociedad, they are on 24 points, so it is very, very tight. One good game for Betis, one bad game for the teams above them, and next weekend the table would be turned over. So it is, they are still in contention for that a European place, but they need to win. They just have to win. The last 5 games that they have lost, they have drawn, everything has happened, but they are just not unable. They are unable to get to the finish line, get those 3 points. They need that. Villarreal themselves need that, and these both of these teams are like close to my heart. I like both of them. I really like the way that both these teams play, and I think I could term this game as Mac Derby in La Liga this season, because I like both of them, and I think it'll be a very tough game to predict for me, and that is why I'm just going to sit on the fence. I expect goals in this game, and that is why I'm going with this result. I'm going for a 2-all draw between Villarreal and Real Betis. The next game is Real Sociedad versus Las Palmas. It is 6th versus 14th. Now Real Sociedad, they have had a incredible turnaround. A lot of us expected that to happen. Their start of the season was very, very slow, but they have made a great turnaround. They are 6th in the league. They know how important it is. They finished 5th last season, so they are in their rightful place. To be very honest with you, I expected them to fight with Athletic Club for that Champions League place before the season started. So they are right back at it, where I expected them to be, and their form is really incredible at the moment. 4 wins out of the last 5 games, but they are playing against a Las Palmas side who have sort of stepped up in the last a month or so. 3 wins out of their last 5 games, 2 in a row as well. They were right in the trenches, a month ago, in fighting for that relegation spot. They are still fighting there, but their form is a lot better as compared to the rest of the teams down below. And I don't think it's going to be an easy game for Real Sociedad. I think it will be a very tough game for them. But just because they are at home, Real Sociedad, and the way they are playing, being at home, I think it is going to favor them. And unfortunately for Las Palmas, I think their 2-game winning streak is going to come to an end. I think Real Sociedad are going to win, but I just don't, I don't think it's going to be an easy win. I think it will be a very tough game. I'm going for a 3-1 scoreline, but it's going to be like Sociedad take the lead, Las Palmas equalize, Real Sociedad take the lead again, and then Las Palmas, in search of the equalizer, are going to leave a lot of spaces behind, and Sociedad are going to come and take advantage of it. I'm going for a 3-1 win for Real Sociedad. And the last game for matchday 17 in La Liga is Barcelona versus Leganes. It is 1st versus 17th. Now Barcelona, like, I would say it's not been a good month of November for Barcelona. They have just 1 win in their last 5 games. They are all over the place. They have dropped the points left, right, and center. And from a position of invincibility, where everybody thought it was they were really, really amazing, it was looking an easy ride for them for the title. They've basically given that away to their competitors. Both Atleti and Real have a game in hand, and they are just 2 or 3 points behind them. So Barcelona are really, really struggling. They are playing against a Leganes side who are not doing that good as well, 17th in the table, but you expected that from Leganes, to be very honest with you. They are going to come away at Barcelona, and I think it will be a very, very a tough game. Barcelona are going to be under huge pressure this game because everybody expects them to win. This game. There cannot be any excuses for Hansi Flick and his men. They have to somehow win. It doesn't matter whether it's Lamine Yamal, whether it is Lewandowski. It doesn't really matter to them. They have to somehow win. I said last week that they were going to draw points against Celta Vigo, and they ended up drawing. I did a live stream as well. So if you are into that, I might do for this weekend as well. But for Barcelona, they somehow have to win this game. I think it'll be a very, very tough game. But I think they are going to win it in the end. I'm going for a 3-1 win for Barcelona. And that is it for with that. My predictions for match day 17 in La Liga are finished. Let me know what you guys think of my predictions in the comment section below. And you can go ahead and make your predictions as well. Like the video, share it as well, click on the notification bell, and of course subscribe to the channel. I have started a new channel as well called Mac Talks More Football. I'll put the link in the description. I'm gonna discuss about more about international football on that channel, talking about the international tournaments, and we're gonna do football quizzes and all of that sort of on that channel. I've started that because the Gulf Cup is coming up as well, so we are gonna concentrate we're gonna preview every team, every group, and we're gonna talk about the international teams as well. So if you are into that, please you can go ahead and subscribe to that as well. I put the link in the description as well, and please subscribe to this channel as well. We are trying to get to 400 subscribers before the end of this year, so please help us out and click the notification bell as well, so you don't miss out on any content. Until next time, bye bye.